We're in Universal Studios Japan! Hey there, MamFam. We are spending our day today at Universal Studios Japan.
We came here on our last visit to Japan and found some favorites like Jaws, of course, so we're excited to experience those again, as well as some new things.
Like a water parade!
Yes, there is a water-themed parade.
I'm excited. If you have not watched any of our Tokyo videos before, just be mindful that some of our filming will be a little bit different than normal, as we are trying to be as respectful as possible to some of the cultural and social norms here in Japan.
Are you guys excited?
I am.
I'm ready. Let's go. Alan, what are you most excited for today?
I hear that there are a whole host of Pokémon in the parade, and I am jazzed to see some of them.
Max, what are you most excited for today? I am most excited to return to maybe my favorite roller coaster in the world, Flying Dinosaur.
Ooh.
Molly, what are you most excited about today?
Jaws. Jaws.
Anything?
Jaws.
Is there anything else?
I'm excited to go to Wizarding World and see the creatures as well. And I am curious about the water parade, but anxious about the water parade.
But mostly Jaws.
Mostly Jaws. We're headed first to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and one thing that's really cool about theirs is it has this very long pathway winding entrance that brings you into Hogsmeade, so it feels very theatrical in its reveal. And I love that they have this stonework here that you can see on the Hogwarts grounds in the movies, as well as if you've played Hogwarts Legacy, there are some things that happen here.
But before we do anything, Molly has to adjust the headwear as we move into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Jaws for 99% of the park, but not here.
Slytherin for 1%.
And with that,
The influencer is now ready to go into her natural habitats.
made our way through the familiar gates into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Hogsmeade here. And looking to the left, they still have Zonko's Joke Shop. Now that doesn't exist on the east or west coast of the United States. The facade on the exterior still remains the same, but on the interior it has been replaced by Honeydukes, and, well, we've just lost Molly to Zonko's Joke Shop. Other than that, Hogsmeade remains largely the same, save here in Japan they have a lake that sits in front of Hogwarts Castle.
There's some fun little details and things to look for on the Zonko's shelves. For starters, you've got some kind of creature up here. Could be a poltergeist, a Peeves-like friend, if you will, that's kind of causing chaos and making things move and giggling. But a couple of specific things on the shelves amongst all the fireworks and different products is you've got Skelegro right here. You may remember that's what Harry has to drink in Chamber of Secrets after silly Professor Lockhart makes his bones go away.
That can sometimes happen.
And then up here, this is my favorite detail, you've got the portable swamps that Fred and George use to retaliate against Professor Umbridge in Order of the Phoenix. And I love the part in the books where it says that Professor Flitwick leaves a little bit of the swamp out as kind of a memorial, as a nod to Fred and George, because he says it is a very clever bit of magic. We've picked up some treats. Now this is just butterbeer, but it is in a special 10 years of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter souvenir mug, because the land opened here 10 years ago, so this is exclusive to Universal Japan, so obviously I had to get one. Tastes exactly like frozen butterbeer does in the States, aka delicious. But if there's a really long line and you've been to the Florida parks or the California park, you probably don't need to wait in the long line like we did, unless you want a specialty cup. But one thing we don't have are these cool churros. They had these before and they brought them back to celebrate the 10th anniversary, and they're house Quidditch churros. It's always Gryffindor, and then they're playing someone else. So today they're playing Ravenclaw. Obviously I wish they were playing Slytherin, but we're gonna see who wins. And I don't know what the flavors are, but this one is kind of glittery. Oh, they both are. Ravenclaw's blueberry, very good. Tastes like a Pop-Tart, kinda. Gryffindor is raspberry. And as much as it pains me to say it, Gryffindor wins. Texas.
That's some Fruity Pebbles right there.
I don't think these are the best treat you're gonna have in the park. They're fine churros. I think they're better than an average churro because I like the fruit, but they're fun. The point is it's fun. Is my tongue blue?
Yeah. Well, wait, I can tell. You tell me.
No?
Really.
Yours is.
I want to see it. A little bit.
Ravenclaw loses for that alone. One thing I'm loving in the Wizarding World here is, of course, they've got a bunch of Easter eggs, and a lot of them are the same you can find in California or Florida, but it's delightful because several of them are in Japanese, which isn't surprising. For example, Moaning Myrtle in the bathroom, she talks to you. Didn't film in there because, obviously, but she's talking in Japanese. Additionally, the howlers right here outside of the owl post, the students are getting yelled at in Japanese.
We should definitely stop by the library.
What's the matter? Whoa! Calm down, Bishop. The hippogriff's here. Is there a homework assignment on transfiguration?
We're friends!
保生物への責任のある行動とは言えません。Very irresponsible. 5 points from Hufflepuff. みんなで学びましょう。
I'd love to learn how to best approach Fleetwood.
Try not to blink all the way. Then wait and see if she bows back.
What if she doesn't bow back?
そうだよ。もしお辞儀を返してくれなかったらどうなるんですか?
It says here to keep back.
We'll get to that.
Well, that was a joyous visit to the Wizarding World. Didn't spend too much time there just because obviously we have it in Orlando and Hollywood. They do have Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, which is the attraction inside Hogwarts, but it's in 3D.
That's true. I rode that the first time I ever visited this park, and they had 3D glasses, and I already get sick on that ride.
Yeah,
So
that sounds like a surefire way to throw up your butterbeer.
That's true.
They also have Flight of the Hippogriff, which is the cute little like small coaster, but obviously we're going to prioritize things we don't have. If you are coming here and you do love Harry Potter and you've been to the domestic parks, still come for I think the creatures are awesome.
yeah, they're cool.
And I think they have different snacks and things you can check out. We saw not Buckbeak, Fleetwing.
Fleetwing is who we saw.
Fleetwing.
And then the whole cast of Hogwarts students and professor, singular.
Yeah. And that show's very interesting because it's in both Japanese and English, but seamlessly blended.
It's really brilliant how they made sure that the audience can understand exactly what's happening.
And then the other creatures kind of roam about. They have a Niffler, a dragon. We didn't spot the Pygmy Puff this time, but yeah, a lovely little way to start the day. And now we're off to a new adventure.
How do you follow a Wizarding World, fantastic creatures, and Quidditch match churros? Monsters, of course. Our next stop is the Universal's Monsters Rock and Roll Show. This is featuring Beetlejuice, that funky, rockin' host himself, as well as Dracula, Frankenstein, and his bride, playing live rock and roll music for you.
More interesting than that, though, they have the actual Dracula costume in here
cool.
from 1931. So
cool.
that's pretty good.
俺の名前はビートルジュース。ワイルドでクレイジーなオイラー。この通り元気出しにやってたー。It's showtime. We'll show you everything we've got. We keep on rocking till the rhythm gets hot. And we'll drive us wild. We'll drive crazy. Hot night, the natives so restless. Standing by the light of the moon. Can you believe it? Walk out the door. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. Turn around. Who's gonna welcome me more? No. There's no need to be happy. Are you cheering? But it's still the YMCA.
I loved it.
That show has appeared in Hollywood and in Florida. I had previously seen the Orlando one. Neither of you all
I'd never
have,
seen
right?
it.
Never
it
seen
was
it before, yeah.
Graveyard Review before. Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review is what it was called. And I never saw it in the US, so I loved it.
Well, it was notably outside Orlando.
That's probably why I didn't see it.
This, better.
Better inside with
Agreed.
fire up there.
Yeah.
So many fireworks and pyro. That was a lot of fun.
All right, now the most important question is, which of the monsters, Beetlejuice included, do you think had the best performance?
A solid question.
Yeah.
I think singing-wise, like, I give it to the Bride.
Yeah, the Bride
Oh,
of Frankenstein.
She crushed.
Crushed.
Yeah.
Crushed.
I think just for sheer acrobatic effect, Dracula
Oh, the
coming in from the
Drop it.
ceiling.
Yes.
I normally am a Dracula girly, but I'm gonna give it to Frank. Smooth. We actually just talked about that song yesterday, and I really like the song, so I'm gonna give it to him. But normally a Dracula girly. I think what I like about that most is I couldn't help but think how different the vibe's gonna be in Epic Universe.
Yeah,
Spooky vibe. This is fun, silly vibe.
yeah.
And now there's another show that we're all very excited to see. Moppy!
Yep.
It's an exclusive Sesame Street character created for Universal Studios Japan.
Picked up our first snack of the day. These are the Wagging Tail Pikachu Pizza Buns. Quite the mouthful. Looking forward to having a snack on these. They also gave us two different types. One with the different tail shapes. This is for female Pikachus in the wild, and this is for male Pikachus in the wild. Let's dive in. Well, first of all, the bun is delicious. Second of all, the inside is certainly pizza. But I don't know if I call it pepperoni. I'm not tasting a lot of pepperonis. Most of you sort of get like pizza sauce, some mushroom situation, and some sausage. I mean, it's a cute bun. The bun is certainly the highlight, both in terms of like how it's shaped and the fact that it's so like stick to your roof of your mouth, fresh. And the pizza inside is fine. And after that delicious snack, it is now time for our first ride of the day. It is Hollywood Dream The Ride backdrop. Now, Hollywood Dream The Ride is quite interesting. The ride it's technically two rides. You have Hollywood Dream The Ride, which orients you facing forward as you move along this coaster track. And then there is Hollywood Dream The Ride backdrop, which orients you backwards going around this track. And we're riding backdrop first. This ride has a 132 centimeter height requirement, but don't worry folks, if you're not on the metric system, that is about 52 inches. And it is thrilling. And if my memory serves, we're gonna go through about 17 security checkpoints before we hop on this coaster, just to make sure that you aren't carrying anything in your pockets or bringing your bags with you. They're very serious about that here. There really isn't anything quite like going backwards up a lift.
That's true. But the song was good.
Yeah, we picked Bad by Michael Jackson. It's a little like Rip Ride Rocket in that way, where you get to select, there's only 5 songs, but Bad by Michael Jackson was a good choice, I think.
That queue is so interesting. There are 2 versions of that ride. We went on the backwards one, but there's 1 out of 4 cars that go backwards. So If you're waiting in the standby line, it's going to take a little longer. Luckily, we were able to express pass on.
Yeah, I should note Express Pass is a little unique here. They often don't have it available through Universal, so you can buy it through a third party called Klook, Klook, which is an authorized vendor of tickets, but the Express Passes are sold like in sets of like 4 rides.
Yeah.
And you don't get to pick the 4 rides, so we ended up buying multiple different sets to get all the rides we wanted, so just know that that's kind of a confusing thing about coming here. But I think that ride is so fun and so unlike anything we've done in the United States. It is now time to ride the greatest theme park attraction on planet Earth, Jaws, the ride, here in Amity. This attraction no longer exists in Florida, but it is here in Amity for us to enjoy. And I'm tickled about it because, if you don't know, Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. Now, the interesting thing about Jaws, the ride, and this whole area is that we are really in Amity. Amity is a sleepy little New England town up near Cape Cod, Long Island, Martha's Vineyard, and it really exists. There really was a huge killer shark that took residence up in the water, and the police chief Brody, shark expert Matt Hooper, and fisherman Quint had to go and take care of the shark. Now, often is the case when real amazing stories happen is Hollywood comes a-calling and they say, we want to make a movie about that. So Jaws, the movie, was Hollywood's adaptation of the real events of Amity. But when you are here in Amity, you're really in the town where these events happened. Chief Brody is heralded as a hero here. And when you go on Jaws the Ride, you're actually just going on a boat tour of Amity where you can see the historic sites like Chief Brody's house. And I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong. Now, last time we were here, I pointed out a bunch of Jaws Easter eggs. I particularly like that they've got the $3,000 bounty on the cat for the shack sign near the big shark. I just noticed a new one, and that's that this truck right here is Roy's Fishing Tours, and I have to assume that is a nod to Roy Scheider, who played Chief Brody in the movie. Best ride ever. 5 stars, no notes. Perfection.
It's nice to go on an attraction that is very much extinct everywhere else and experience it regardless of the language barrier. It is.
You get it.
It's a ton of fun.
Yep, number 1 favorite ride ever. No, it's great. Yeah, it's old school Universal. I got to ride it when I was a kid, and it's funny all these years later to get to go back and do it again. So.
Also, the shark animatronics are massive.
They're big.
They're huge.
Big. He's a big boy. And you can't film on the ride, but there's a ton of Jaws Easter eggs on the ride. I mentioned this last time, but there's things like campfire scene from the beginning of the movie, the opening scene of the movie's on the beach at one point, the beach is closed signs, let Polly do the printing, is on there. There's, you go into Quint's, Quint's boathouse, thank you. The orca, I guess, resurrected from the bottom of the ocean, because that bad boy sinks, is there. So just if you're a Jaws fan, just little things to look for that make it even better. But, I mean, even if you're not a Jaws fan, I feel like a must ride.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. From one water-themed attraction to another, this with less sharks, we are about to watch the No Limit Summer Splash Parade. Now, we saw the No Limit Parade the last time we visited Universal Studios Japan, but this is the summer version with a couple of special editions. First off, we've got a bunch of water Pokemon that are being featured, again, for that summer splash, and the first time Daisy from Mario is being seen in a parade. Additionally, there are areas of this parade route that are designated soak zones, and guests are being encouraged to acquire water guns that they can spray at performers? Question mark. Not eat other guests. They're not being encouraged to spray other guests, but performers. Interesting. And if they spray those performers, they're getting hosed back. So truly a very unique water parade. Should be fun to check out. Now, we did not acquire one of the water guns today, although we have seen them in the stores. I know you will be shocked to find out that we are not going to be in the soak zones, but mostly, actually we talked about it because it's so unique that we were going to do it, but then we saw the size of the water guns. They're quite large, and to be honest, I don't know that we are going to have room for them in our bags with all the other merch that we're purchasing. So we are not going to be getting the water guns today, but excited to see how they work out in the parade.
Yes, we're all very sad we didn't get a water gun. And
All three of us.
we're all sad we didn't stand in the soak zone.
It is a warm one today.
It is a warm one, but nothing is worse than wet underpants and wet socks. I'm a little stressed right now because people around us are like literally putting on ponchos and kids have bathing suits on. People are taking their shoes off. The announcement said we're gonna get wet.
True.
Yep.
I hate it.
Oh, that parade really had no limits.
When it came to splashing you.
Yeah, it was much like the first time we saw the No Limits parade.
Yeah.
There were show stops.
True.
And instead of confetti, this time they had water.
I was surprised at the amount of water and how wet we got, even being like 4 rows back.
Yeah, we, for the record, not in the soak zone.
We were not in the soak zone.
We were not. And still, they had water guns, they had buckets that they just threw.
The floats were spraying water.
There were water pumps coming from the roofs of buildings.
That's true.
That's
true.
I hate getting wet. This is not new information, but I have to admit a pretty creative and fun interactive element of a parade.
I agree.
I am glad that my feet didn't get wet. Also, just in general, I think that's a very cute parade.
Oh, for sure. Lots of cool characters, and it was fun to see Daisy in the water Pokemon.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that snake one was cool. I just learned that the snake one comes from the fish one, which is amazing. What a glow up.
Yeah, it really is a glow up.
And now dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We have made it into Jurassic Park. Very excited to ride Flying Dinosaur Coaster here in a minute. But first, I believe there's some dinosaurs to be seen. And no, not that bird. but it is a relative of the dinosaur. Oh man, there's flying dinosaur. I cannot wait. 'Hello. She's just casually in a store. Oh. Those dinosaurs are pretty cool.
That Stego is very cool.
Just the way they have nailed seemingly the size of those dinos, pretty cool.
Blue's a little big.
Blue's a little big.
A little big.
Don't look at its feet.
Don't look at the
Don't
feet.
look at the feet. That's true of the hippogriff as well. But if you just sort of stay eye
Ankle
level,
up.
yeah,
Ankle
ankle
up.
up, they're pretty good creatures.
Of course, we've got Blue at both Florida and Hollywood, but the Stego and the baby Triceratops were very cute. And the Stego especially was like, whoa.
You know what I noticed about those dinosaurs? Though?
Yeah.
They don't fly.
Do you want to ride a flying dinosaur?
Dinosaurs.
That's right, it is time to fly. The Flying Dinosaur, more specifically, a roller coaster here at Universal Studios Japan, a laydown roller coaster, more specifically, that has both a minimum height requirement and a maximum height requirement. You must be more than 52 inches tall to ride this ride, and you may not be any taller than 78 inches when you ride this ride. This has multiple inversions. It is incredibly intense, and I think that it may be my favorite roller coaster I've ever ridden.
Well, that was something else.
You can't take video on the ride, but don't worry, we did get this. So this is what we look like on the ride.
And we all look great.
Yeah.
All of us.
That's one of the most intense coasters, I think, pure coasters that I have ever been on.
Yeah. Again, it might be my favorite coaster I've ever been on. It's just fun start to finish. And you put a lot of trust in those harnesses.
As we were going up the lift, I remember looking at Max and be like, just give me a seatbelt. It might not do anything, but you know what? For my own peace of mind, just give me something I can buckle.
There are points in that ride where you don't know where your body is in space because you're like flipped upside down on your back. It's awesome.
Yeah, during one of those loops, I was pretty sure my brain was about to go night-night.
It's so intense.
Not for the faint of heart, but if you're a coaster fan, an awesome, awesome ride.
Thank goodness we didn't eat before that, right?
Thank
That's a big win.
That's true. Maybe we should eat now.
Yeah, I think yes, now. We started our day with a Pikachu bum bun. And now we have moved to the dazzling ribbon Hello Kitty face bun filled with cheese and pork. Ooh, that is piping hot.
Are you a little sad to eat her face?
I'll start with the ear, you know? Okay.
See that inside.
Yeah. Pikachu gave us some pizza that we decided a little bit later was something akin to a Hot Pocket. Hello Kitty, same sort of delightfully sticky bun on the exterior, with this pork filling. So nice. Cheesy as well. Ooh, this is a perfect snack.
So you're saying you'd rather eat Hello Kitty's face than Pikachu's butt?
You know what? I guess I am.
Also, on the way over here, we saw Hello Kitty's friend playing the drums.
Hiromi, I believe, was her name.
Yeah, she was
Absolutely
very good.
crushing it on the
Very
drum.
good. Gonna pop into the Universal Studios store to check out some of the merchandise. Now, merchandise is cool in any theme park, but they really, really crush the merchandise game when you're in Japan. So obviously we're not gonna show you everything because it's a gigantic store, but just some of our favorite things.
I have something to show you.
Chef Toad! I need it. He's got his list for refreshing drinks. I love him. First of all, the headwear game is second to none in Japan. They have so many different headbands. There's like 10 different Mario ones alone, plus dinosaurs, sharks, minions,
Sesame Street characters.
Sesame Street, Peanuts. I suddenly forgot every
said
IP. I said dinosaur and sharks.
Yeah.
Oh, but there is a lot of headwear. Keychains are also incredibly popular. And so you can find, like, as Max just showed us the Chef Toad one, but they've got basically every character in Super Nintendo World as a plush. Plus, again, Minions, Jurassic Park, Jaws. Once again, no Pigpen merch to be found.
Well, it's already been bought up.
Do you need a tissue box dispenser?
I didn't, but now I do. I've pointed these out before as well, but these tins or any kind of take-home snacks are incredibly popular. And they come, like here's a Mario set, obviously. It comes with different cookies in there, but really I think people like the different tins, which are very cute and fun collectibles. Also incredibly popular, boxers. Like dozens and dozens of different boxers. I like these pink dinosaur ones. These are new this time, but they have these like hockey-style jerseys almost of a bunch of different IPs. Sesame Street, Minions, Jurassic Park, Jaws. You know I already picked up the Jaws one. It's in my hand right now. But I think these are really fun. Long story short, bring an extra suitcase or have extra room in your suitcase because you're going to want the merch if you come to the international parks. I'm screaming over how freaking cute the Sesame Street little keychains are. Look at the count. And look at Oscar. Like, we went into the Sesame Street area earlier, the Kids Wonderland, which has got Hello Kitty, Sesame Street, and Peanuts. And we didn't spend much time in there just because, obviously. But if you do bring kids here, it's got a bunch of cute stuff. Oh my goodness. Welp, I need that. We discovered last time that these guys, there's a dinosaur too, they are like a mascot of Amity Island, like a character mascot. And it's hilarious that they're all over merchandise. Last thing I'm gonna talk about, they actually have some of the Donkey Kong Country merchandise. Now, Donkey Kong Country is an expansion to Super Nintendo World that's coming here. It's also gonna be part of Epic Universe. It was supposed to have already opened, but unfortunately it got delayed. But it's kind of fun that they have some of the merch. And who knows, this could be a sneak peek of what we're gonna see at Epic. I love this shirt. I hope that gets bigger. I love that I could purchase Jurassic World ramen here. We stopped to get another snack at the Mario Cafe, and I got a pancake sandwich.
Yeah.
They were making these in there. There was a Mario one that's strawberry or Luigi that's grape.
Obviously, there's a correct choice here.
We made it.
And this is the strawberry soda smoothie.
Yeah.
Likewise, there was a peach option and a Luigi option. The peach was peach. The
Oh,
Luigi
weird.
was
Yeah.
green apple.
Yeah. So, cute little Mario treats.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers.
Okay. Vanilla. Okay, that's fun.
This is awesome, and I think possibly one of the best theme park sweets I've ever had. As someone who doesn't love sickly sweet artificial fruit stuff, this is perfect. It's a nice fluffy pancake. You can watch them making it. You can tell the whipped cream is house made as well. It's not like ready ready wheat.
It sounds like ready.
Ready? Wheat.
Ready wheat, which is that's how I feel when eating ready whip. It's like light, fluffy, not super sugary, and then you've got a couple fresh strawberries on top. Cute and delicious. This is a banger.
This is strawberry soda with vanilla ice cream and strawberry soft serve. Kind of like a Dole Whip texture to it. I don't think you will like this. The strawberry soda is pretty sweet, but it's a fun little different kind of drink to try.
Also, how cute's all the packaging?
Yeah,
like,
super
whose
cute.
cap? It's mine. Okie dokie. And like that little cup. All the Mario stuff's adorable. I hope they bring these to Epic Universe. You know, we just happen to find ourselves back at Amity, not sure how we got here. So, of course, we just happen to take another spin on Jaws, and truly, best ride on the planet. But a couple of new details I wanted to point out that I don't think I pointed out last time that I noticed. So, one, if you want more Jaws Easter eggs, definitely check out our first Universal Japan video. But two, the Brody's house is right across from you. It's right next to Mayor Vaughn's house when you are loading into the boats, which is fun because you get to see where, Chief and Ellen reside. I was looking at the boats on the outside to see if it's Michael's fishing boat, and it might be, but couldn't get an exact match on that. But additionally, there is a building called Stevens Cannery. That's definitely a nod to Steven Spielberg, the director of Jaws. But this time I noticed there's a cute little shark-shaped weather vane on the top of the cannery. Additionally, getting off the attraction, I just find it interesting that this statue is here, mostly because I've talked about this statue like in a bunch of videos recently. It keeps coming up, partly because this statue in Florida is one of the only remaining parts of Jaws, and two, there's a version of it with Mickey in Disney Sea. It's designed after a real statue in Massachusetts that honors fishermen lost at sea. But what a delight to go on that attraction. It's very hard to explain in words how awesome it is to see your favorite movie come to life around you, and I really am delighted by the shark animatronics. I think they're pretty dang good. We may take one more spin through Amity before this day is done, but I think now we're gonna take a spin through a warp pipe. Scratch that, we've got a little time before we go into the warp pipe, and so we're just walking around looking for more Easter eggs, and this very funny Alfred Hitchcock nod is here, as well as another copy of the sign advertising that $3,000 bounty on the shack.
Is that $3,000 bounty on the shark in cash or check?
And it's just fun that all of this is Amity themed. You know, I wouldn't re-elect Mayor Vaughn, though. Voting is important, folks, because he didn't want to close the beaches the first time, and he's still the mayor in Jaws too. So I am getting a good chuckle out of this. Here at T. Crane's Bait Shop, he sells live bait for all kinds of things. He's got smelts, cheese, sardines, and it says that he's got special bait that's guaranteed to catch Jaws. Do you think that is better than using your wife's holiday roast?
Yes, naturally.
They could have caught him, though. They got him on the line.
And then proceeded to break the dock in multiple pieces.
That's true, but what do we think his special bait is?
You know, what I've learned, I've watched some television before. What I've learned is that sharks are attracted to wide margins, a good business proposal, and some solid marketing. So I think that this secret bait has got to be, something that is cheap to produce, but you can sell high dollar, and no doubt the sharks will fund that.
Snuggies.
Scrub Daddies.
Scrub Daddy,
Scrub
really.
Daddy, yeah.
Historically, Scrub Daddy is the answer.
Well, Scrub Daddy it is.
I thought it was going to be children. Now, I believe I pointed this out last time, but I just got to point out this sign again because the amount of inaccuracies in this sign is really just, it's not canon at all. See, it's the combination of two different signs. You do see the Amity Island welcomes you sign at the beginning of the film when Chief Brody's driving by, and it's got this lovely lady right here. She's accepted film as more people continue to be eaten by the delinquents. They vandalize that sign. Sick vandalism, he says, and he paint the words. They also change her face to be a shocked face. So I don't know if they like mid-vandalizing or if perhaps when they were changing it back, after. So they took the face off, but they left the other two things as a little bit. I don't know, but it really, really drives me insane. And I'm sure I'm not the only person thinking it.
As we're walking towards Super Nintendo World, there's a fun little Easter egg. In the beginning of the walkway, the coin points are counting up. You'll see 200, 400, 600, but before long, they will start becoming numbers that have meaning. First, you'll see a date from 1981. This is the month and year that Donkey Kong first came out, which is the first appearance of Mario as a character. Then you'll see 1985, which is the year that Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Entertainment System came out. 1988, which is when Mario 2 and 3 came out, and so on. All of these dates relating to dates when Mario games were released.
And once through the warp pipe, we emerge into the original Super Nintendo world here in Universal Studios Japan. This is one of the most kinetic lands you will ever be able to see or visit, with all the different moving pieces, as well as characters from the Nintendo franchise. For example, you've got Yoshi running around up top next to the tree, next to a thwomp. This entire land is just so incredibly immersive. And just over the corner there, peeking through, you can see the new future development that is the land of Donkey Kong there. Sadly, was not able to open during our visit, but I'm super excited for that to open in the future. Now here you have attractions like Yoshi's Adventure and Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge. If you are domestically at Universal Studios Hollywood, that would be called Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Here in Japan, he is referred to as Koopa. Unlike Universal Studios Hollywood, which is all one level, here in Japan, Super Nintendo World is in fact 2 stories, and based on concept art, we are led to believe currently, today, that Super Nintendo World and Epic Universe will mirror this and also be 2 levels. Throughout the land, you will also find a variety of mini games that you can queue up to play with your power band. You can track your scores for all those games. We've done that in the past in Universal Studios Hollywood. Another unique thing about Super Nintendo World here in Japan is that it is on timed entry. So you can utilize QR codes when you enter the park to scan and get a time when you will be able to return to this land, or for us, we got a specific timed entry when we booked our express passes. But without that timed entry, you will not be able to get access to Super Nintendo World. Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge is a shooter-style attraction that puts you in a race against Koopa, or Bowser if you're in the States, and it is an augmented reality experience that takes you between different practical sets and is, in my opinion, one of the best shooter-style attractions on the planet today. This attraction has a 122 centimeter or 48 inches approximately height requirement, and it's time for us to redeem our express pass and go give it a ride.
We rode Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge and it was awesome. It is such a fun ride. Also, a cool detail, here they have a store at the exit called Mario Motors, and there's advertisements for different businesses in the world, and they're very funny. But a great ride wherever you're riding it. Can't wait for it to be in Orlando. But now, perhaps more importantly, mushroom popcorn. Mushroom cream.
You've ever had cream of mushroom soup as a base for anything?
That's casserole that an old white woman in the South made you probably.
So my childhood, that's what this tastes like. It tastes very lightly of mushrooms, a little buttery, but it's not like a really strong punchy in the face flavor. You actually have to search for it. Just a light mushroom earthiness.
I like it.
Not that bad.
I really like the umami flavor.
Stop being so pretentious, Kyle.
And our final ride for Universal Studios Japan is Yoshi's Adventure. This is an adorable little dark ride that takes you on a tour of the Mushroom Kingdom here, giving you beautiful views of Super Nintendo World and a little interactive element of hitting a button when you see 3 glowing eggs, green, blue, and red. This does have a height requirement. You must be 36 inches tall to ride in general and 48 inches tall to ride alone. Let's see what color Yoshi we're going to get. I told Molly to find a backdrop and she said, to do this? Yep, that was why. Molly, what color Yoshi do you think we're gonna get?
I hope we get a pink one.
Okay, pink one. Alan. What color Yoshi do you think you're gonna get?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah, I am. I wanted to ask you specifically.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did Molly say?
Molly said pink.
Not that. I want... Boy, gray sounds nice. Blue.
A blue Yoshi, okay.
Max,
Yeah.
what color Yoshi do you want?
You know, it's a great question. You said pink. Alan said a blue Yoshi, the flying Yoshi, traditionally. I'm gonna go with red Yoshi, fire-breathing boy.
Let's see. Look, you may know lots of things about Nintendo, but did you know there's 2 Pikmin right there?
Wow, good eye, Molly.
Thank you. So pretty.
That ride is adorable.
We were all wrong.
Yeah, Alan and I were in an orange one.
I had the original green.
I did see like 1 pink one on the track.
Yeah.
So it exists.
It's definitely there. We just wasn't our day for guessing.
No.
We missed a blue wave, though.
That's true.
There's a
Came right
wave
before.
of
Yeah. I think that ride is so cute. And I especially liked riding it in the evening time when the whole land is a little lit up and it's very fun in here at night.
I think the interactivity throughout this entire land, whether it is the Power Band games or Mario Kart, Koopa's Challenge, or Bowser's Challenge, depending on where you are, and then even just the simple button presses for the eggs that make everything a game in this land, which is so on the nose for what this theme is. They just nail it. I know we've said that multiple locations in multiple videos, but I can't stop.
And now I can't wait for it to be at Epic, especially because that's when we'll get to see Donkey Kong Country, and that roller coaster looks nuts. But Yoshi's Adventure is coming to Universal Orlando, and I'm really excited because I think it's just such a cute, like, family kid ride. Overall, it's been a great time here at Super Nintendo World.
That brings us to an end of another fantastic day, this time here at Universal Studios Japan. Okay, we planned to do a lot of stuff at the start of the day. How do we all feel? We accomplished everything we wanted?
We did. Multiple times for my favorite ride.
There you go.
You know, very lucky. What was your favorite part?
I think going on Backdrop again was great. I also did love, while I love seeing the new water Pokemon in the No Limits Parade, we got soaked.
That's true.
Which do come with the territory for water Pokemon. Going on Backdrop again was incredible. How about you?
I mean, it just went by. I freaking love Flying Dinosaur. I can gush about that roller coaster. It is so fun. From lift to finish, it's awesome.
I also want to shout out some of the new snacks we tried this time. I really particularly enjoyed the Mario pancake cap.
And I like that Hello Kitty pork and cheese bun.
Oh yeah, both very, very tasty.
And lest we not forget the cool butterbeer cup I got. And the churros. And Niffler. It's been a great day.
It's been a great day.
And we're not done yet. We've got a few more adventures on our trip, including a theme park none of us have been to yet, so stay tuned for that.
But until next time, friends, please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you are new, follow us on all of our socials, and if you would like to join the MamFam in the conversation about this or any of our other videos, please join us on Discord. We would love to have you. Links for all that are down below.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
I'm Alan.
And I'm Max.
And it's been truly
thrilling.
so magical. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, so Jaws is a 15-minute wait.
Let's go.
I can stop Macbething the camera now?
Night Jaws is so much different. Yes, you can stop Macbething the camera.